Welcome to Ability Assistance. My name is Phyllis Jones, Chair of the North Andover Commission on Ability Assistance.
My name is Stacey Leibowitz, Secretary of the North Andover Commission on Ability Assistance.
Our guest today is Susan Patterson, Executive Director of Ovations for the Cure of Ovarian Cancer. Susan, welcome.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
We're thrilled we could have you. We met you last year at the Women's Conference.
Yes.
And it was wonderful when I was able to reach out to you and say, we've got our dates. Would you like to come on board?
And I was thrilled when you gave us that opportunity. We don't get opportunities like that very often, being such a small organization. For you to take the time, recognize that, and invite us, we are extremely grateful for that.
Yeah,
so
well, we're
thank
happy
you
to have
both.
you.
Thank you.
We say that cancer, no matter what type of cancer, is a silent disability.
It is, and thank you for saying that, because that is what it is. It's not always visual, but it's there, and
Yes.
people don't realize that.
Now, could you explain a little bit about what Ovations for the Cure does?
Sure, of course. Ovations, we started way back in 2007 when our founder was diagnosed with what at that time was her final recurrence, because in 2007 there was not a lot of options out there. So she wanted to make a difference, and she wanted to leave something behind, because Patty was a helper, and she wanted to make sure people continued to get help. She would go to the hospital, do her treatments, visit patients, and say, what do you need help with? How can I help you? And do that personally. So when she was going through her final recurrence, she's like, I want to leave something that I know these women I've talked to will still get help. So the last 2 years of her life, that's what we did. We built Ovations to be focused on offering patient support programs. We also do education awareness and research funding, but our core mission is patient support programs, which we get the ideas from the patients themselves.
Really?
Like
So it's
we-
like patient-led.
It's
in many
patient-led.
ways.
We send out
great.
messages and emails, and we have a conference once a year. We bring them in, and one of the questions we always ask them, where do you need help? How can we help you? And that's how our programs come to be.
No, that's fantastic. What sort of programs have you done to help these women?
The most popular one, and especially right now with food insecurity and everything going on, is we have what we call the Helping Hands program. And that is once a month, we work with a local kitchen that does fully prepped but not cooked meals. They're flash frozen, and we deliver them to the patients. So they get
Great.
12 to 16 meals, depending on the family size, and they're dinners.
Yep.
So they're made to be dinners. The one thing we were able to change this year because of funding was they became family dinners. Because a question, or not a question, a comment we got from patients quite often was, we miss family mealtime. We created the program. The meals were easy enough for anyone to prepare, like the teenage children, the husband, anyone. I mean, anyone. When I say no, I practice. The meals I practiced with my boys. If they could do it, anyone can do it. So it's
That's
good.
great.
But the husbands could do it, and the women didn't have to feel bad because it wasn't time consuming.
Right.
But the question or the concern we got after that is we miss being part of family mealtime. So we grew the program to have dinner feed everybody. So that is our most popular program right now.
That's really great.
And it's a gift for us as well, because then that's our chance to interact with the patient, as well as the volunteers that help me deliver are patients that were on the program that are now disease-free or in recurrence, and they make the deliveries with me. So they get to interact with patients and share their stories. So it's all in all a beautiful, beautiful program.
Oh, that's
Now,
amazing.
you're based in Boston.
Yes,
What is your reach?
New England.
Okay.
New England.
So
Even
all 1, 2,
Vermont
3,
or-
4,
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
5 states?
We haven't gone to
Six.
Connecticut.
We have six.
Yeah, we pretty much go. We do the North Shore, and we have a group out in Western Mass that helps us with that area. So out in the Springfield area, we have a group located in Newburyport that helps us with the northern into New Hampshire, Maine, helps us with that. So we have groups of people that can help us so that we can keep spreading this program.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah.
What other programs? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say the other programs. We have what we call a butterfly bangle program.
Okay.
And one of the things our founder felt was that going through ovarian cancer, you lose a lot of your femininity, you don't feel pretty, you feel disappointed, you're sad. So every person that is diagnosed with ovarian cancer, we now offer this nationwide, there's a teal bracelet we send them with a butterfly charm and a little teal bangle and our name, in the hopes that that makes them feel that they're supported, because then they get information on all our programs. And if they see a woman wearing that bracelet, they know she's another one that's fighting the same disease, which is good. And we include the butterflies, you see on my pin over here, on everything, even though ribbons are the cancer official thing. Patty had this saying that a butterfly is the spirit of someone who is no longer with us. So with that, we incorporated the butterfly into our logo.
So you're basically remembering those you've lost.
Yes, every day.
I think
So
that's
important.
beautiful.
Yeah, it
Every
is.
day.
That's amazing.
And with the butterfly bangle program, we created a pen pal program. So when they get the bangle, we have survivors and patients that have offered to be a part of this. We connect the patient with the survivor, and they can be anywhere in the country, and they start a pen pal program.
Now, for those of us who are under 40 years old, I
What does
remember
that
having
mean?
a pen pal.
Oh, that's true
Yes.
too. Well, the pen
What
pal
does-
can be
yeah.
done via computers on email as well, yes.
So it can be
I-
done through email.
It
It's
can.
not like
I just prefer to call it the
letters.
pen pal itself.
Yes.
It does.
No, it makes sense, but
It does.
for those who are maybe younger Gen X and Gen Z and younger,
May
can
not
you
know what that
explain
means.
what a pen pal is?
Yeah, it's your friend over there that you can talk to everything about. When you don't want to bother your family, there's someone else that you can talk to and talk openly and honestly with. So we continue with that. And we offer support groups socially and in person, socially, and as well as online. We just last weekend had our big event, which was
Ooh.
our yearly Learning for Living Symposium.
Okay.
And it is a free event for patients and their caregiver.
Yep.
It's at the Four Seasons Boston, who have been with us since the beginning and graciously donate a lot of their services for this event. And it's a morning spent with the local medical doctors out of Boston. We have Dr. Ursula Matalonis on our board of directors, who is the chief at Dana-Farber, and she puts together the speakers on the latest topics of what's happening out there.
Really?
And the program is set up so that as the doctors give their presentations, the patient, it's interactive. They can ask questions. It's not like a just listen.
It's not a symposium
of just listening. When that doctor finishes speaking, then there's time. You just talk, and it's interactive throughout the whole session.
That's fantastic.
And then after
So
lunch,
important.
they get an afternoon with the non-medical world. We bring in other nonprofits so that they know there's other services out there for them. We bring in holistic, therapeutic, anything non-medical that they're curious about. And part of that is found out through the comment cards they fill out at the end, like, what else do you want to know? And that's how this part happened to grow.
That's great.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So you've got in-person,
Yes,
you've got community-based support,
yes,
you've got this fantastic program.
yes. It's my favorite.
Research.
We give yearly to research. Since 2007, we have donated over $1.8 million,
That's fantastic.
which is very proud for me to be able to say as a small grassroots
Yeah.
organization.
But that's a fantastic
huge.
amount of
And
money.
Yeah.
yes,
huge.
almost 1 million of it has stayed here at Dana-Farber because there's so much
That's-
happening here. But we also, Ursula Matalonis, as our medical advisor, looks at everything. And there has been times other hospitals in other states had something that needed funding right away.
That's really amazing.
Now, how have you seen any sort of progression of the research in a positive fashion?
What is out there now is hope. There's so much that is happening, so much that is coming to fruition. The amount of clinical trials that are there, that are ready to go into clinical trials, is something that wasn't there 5 years ago. I mean, 2007, there was nothing.
Yeah.
Even 2010, it was limited. But now I'm seeing every year there's a little bit more. And we're getting closer, and our big dream is to have an early detection test, because that's not there yet. There is no
Really?
early
there's
detection
none.
test.
Yeah.
And that is our huge obstacle right now, is because of that,
Yeah.
you're stage 3 or 4 by the time you're diagnosed.
Yeah.
Now then, how are you, if there's no,
I know, this is the very frustrating part because the symptoms are bloating.
Yeah, I saw on the
Terrible
website.
eating.
yeah,
It's
there were,
basic women's symptoms as we get older.
thank you for
Yeah.
menopause, basically.
But, and that
Yeah.
is what the
And so
symptoms
it's easy
are.
to ignore.
It is.
Yeah.
It is, and the doctors don't always realize, oh, this is something we should look into, because it's normal parts of it. But what I tell every patient, if it lasts more than 3 months,
You need to
be
get it received.
proactive
doctor.
and do something. Because if you have the same symptom for more than 3 months, it's more than what they think it is. And
So-
let's make some noise.
What does the diagnostic process look like? Because I was looking at your webpage too, and I did see, number one, I guess it's kind of a two-part question
Yeah.
of, how is this generally diagnosed? And then the treatment options that follow.
It's generally diagnosed when they see a tumor.
Yeah.
When they see the tumor in there, which usually happens through a transvaginal ultrasound. They do also, at that point, do a CA-125.
What's that?
That is a blood test.
Okay.
And it will give you the markers of, so that gives you a baseline as having cancer.
Okay.
They had hoped at one point it would be a pre-diagnostic, like give you a low baseline, but it has too many false positives. It doesn't have the ability to do that. It causes more havoc. So once you're diagnosed with it, then it's perfect to give you a baseline for that.
Right.
And surgery will follow. Surgery will follow, and then frontline chemotherapy, which is, there's just no options right there. You're going to go into frontline
Right.
chemo and go through the hardest point of it then.
Okay.
However, what has changed is immunotherapy is out there. PARP inhibitors are out there. There's other things that when you finish the front line, you're not like, okay, I've got to hold my breath, wait and see. You go on to something else now.
Okay.
So there's other steps now that
options.
you can follow. So to be 5, 6, 7 years cancer-free is happening. I mean, usually 5 was the magic number, and
Yep.
Right,
we
right.
watched for them to get there.
Yep.
But now we have those that are 7, 8, 9, 10. It's
That's
because there
huge.
are.
That's huge.
What's the possibility of reoccurrence?
It's always going to be there. It's always
So
going to be
even
there.
after that 5, 6, 7 year, it's a
It's-
lifetime
It's a
of
lifetime.
monitoring.
It is. It really is.
Yeah.
A lot will say, well, no, it's gone. We're no evidence. We're good. But no, you have to stay proactive. It's never truly gone. It can be dormant for the rest of your days.
Right.
But you really need to be proactive.
So in other words, you have, because I also know there are different kinds of surgeries. It would be
Yes.
it would be good for our audience to know, because you can have a hysterectomy, which is like the uterus. So what are the different kinds of surgery? And then if you are monitoring for reoccurrence, where could that possibly happen? You know what I mean? Once you
do.
have that surgical intervention.
Right. The surgery also has to, not just the uterus, it has to be the fallopian. It has to be
Right.
everything.
Everything.
Everything. Because your ovarian will start in the fallopian
Yeah.
very easily.
Yeah.
So it's not just your ovaries and stuff. Everything has to
everything.
come out. They do CAT scans. They will test and follow. Every doctor has their own preference of how they do it, and they monitor. And usually they'll stay for going once a year for quite some time. And then after 5 years, maybe it's every couple of years, but they will continue to go.
Okay.
And it's almost hard to stop going, I've been told from many
Right,
patients, because it's a
right.
comfort zone knowing you're being checked
That
at.
makes sense,
So
of
when you
course.
get to
Sort of
the
like
point,
getting a mammogram
Yeah,
every
every
year.
year, yeah.
Right. So when you get to the point where, okay, you don't have to come for 2 years, it's like, am I happy? Am I not happy? I don't
Yeah,
know.
you don't know how you feel about
Valid,
that,
because
yeah.
that's a security. You always know
Yeah.
if there's any little ink of doubt, they're
Yeah.
gonna look at it.
Now, I have PCOS, and I actually had to have a couple of years ago one of my ovaries and tubes removed. Thank God it came back. What are they seeing in terms of the amount of women with PCOS, who, for anybody who doesn't know, is polycystic ovarian syndrome, which means you have multiple cysts on your ovaries, and it causes all sorts of lovely things.
It is, yes.
But what are they finding for the amount of women with PCOS? Are they at a higher risk because they already have multiple cysts that people are
They do,
watching?
but they're not necessarily cancerous cysts.
Right.
So that, we've always recommended that they talk to the doctor and keep an open line of communication. Because even the genetic testing, which we recommend many women do, which I've even done, because I had breast cancer and ovarian run in my family, is to do the genetic testing.
Now, I've read with a couple of a sister organization who does the breast cancer that they actually have found a link between breast cancer and
We
ovarian
call them sister cancers.
sister cancers.
Sister cancers, they are connected. If you have
Yeah.
one, the other one's probably going to show up.
Oh,
Interesting.
It's not necessarily, but they are.
is it a
prevalence.
metastasized?
It's the mutation is close enough to what the mutation for breast, the mutation for ovarian, that mutation is similar enough that it can mutate again and become the other.
That's interesting.
Is it because it's metastasized, or it
It's
just shows up?
It's just the gene. It's just the mutated gene.
Just the marker that's
Yeah.
there.
Isn't being a woman wonderful?
Isn't it awesome?
And I think that's interesting too, because you don't necessarily, I know that the founder, Patty,
Yes.
her mother had ovarian
Right.
cancer and lost her life 30 years prior.
Right.
What are you seeing as far as, because it's not a guarantee that you have to have the heredity behind you. It
No, Patty didn't.
Right.
Even though
She didn't, even
she
though her
didn't.
mother had it.
Correct. I don't have the marker. My
Okay.
grandmother, my mother. I
Right.
don't have the marker.
Right.
So it's not, and even like to give you an idea how much things have changed, is Patty was very vigilant on her health and
Yeah.
being proactive. And yet she was stage 3 when they found it.
Now, is it only one marker, or are there multiple markers?
There's so many different markers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's so many different markers. But the science has come a long way, and I find
Right.
such comfort in that, and I love to share that with the women, that the science has come a long way. The pharmaceutical companies that sponsored our event last weekend, they have so much in the pipeline that there's still things happening. Even with everything going on with the government and research and this, that pipeline is full. There's stuff
That's-
coming down
And,
the
and
That's
they're finding a
encouraging.
lot
That's
of
encouraging.
connections that you
Yeah.
would never think of. Congressman Moulton was on the show past year and a half. I forget exactly when, but Down syndrome is very close to his heart because of a family member, and he said that actually part of what they're doing with the research for Down syndrome might help crack the code for cancer.
And that happens more
Yeah,
often than you
yeah.
know. They'll be studying one cancer, because I know a couple of pharma companies are studying a different cancer, but oh my gosh, look at this.
Right.
It
Look
kind
at the
of-
connection.
And bonus.
Yeah.
So for that reason, research continues and always will be highly important.
Yeah.
When did they start realizing ovarian cancer even exists?
We have no idea.
You have no idea. I mean,
have
because
no
you
idea.
talk about breast cancer, and my grandmother had breast
Mm-hmm.
cancer, and she was diagnosed back in 1976.
Right.
And God bless her, she lived for 13 years after. I don't even want to know
Okay.
exactly
Yeah.
what she went
Managed,
through.
yeah.
But they knew what breast cancer was
Mm-hmm.
back then.
Part of the struggle of that, as my grandmother who had ovarian, part of the struggle with that is you didn't talk about that.
Yeah.
You didn't
Yeah, it
say
was
you
a- it
had
was a
you
secret.
had women's
Yeah.
cancer.
Yeah.
That could be anything.
Yeah.
From
but
head
you
to toe.
Didn't,
Right.
You did not say that. And
Yeah.
even as a teen, one of my mother's friends had ovarian. We never knew that. It was just never said. So it's been around as long as breast. However, because of this
Stigma
stigma
or, yeah.
of how we were and how we were raised in the generations before us, for that reason, ovarians, I feel like it's like 25, 30 years behind
Yeah.
breast, because we haven't been talking about it.
Right.
And that is part of how we come up with Ovations for the Cure is standing ovations,
It's building
making
that
some
awareness.
noise.
Yeah.
We are here. We need to be heard. We deserve to be heard.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And that's a big thing right now, because we were silent for way too long.
Yeah.
Now, one in how many women could develop ovarian cancer? Do you know what that?
I do, and I should have it off the top of my head, and I don't, and I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
That I don't have off the top of my head, and I just did that the other day.
I caught you off guard. I'm
You
sorry.
did.
That's
That's
okay.
a tough
That's
one.
okay. Because what is it like for breast cancer? What is it, 1 in 8 or 9 or something?
Yeah, we're
like
higher,
that? We're
but we're also the deadliest
yes,
female cancer.
Yes.
Because you can't find
Because
it.
you can't find
You
it.
can't find
I
it.
mean, has that improved though since Patty's time? Where
no,
there,
I
no, it
because I
hasn't.
did the numbers the other day to
Yeah.
get
as
the,
far as the earlier
no,
detection.
No, and the numbers, 1 in so many, the number of out of that so many X amount will pass is still high.
Still too high.
That's the number I really watch, and it's
And,
like 80%.
So part of that research, are they looking, I mean, because obviously that test you had mentioned, there are a lot of false
Yes.
positives. Are they working on testing or options to be able to detect this earlier?
Our goal right now, and I think a lot of the science community, our goal personally is to continue to fund early
Yeah.
detection tests.
Yeah.
Yes, we want to fund a cure, and yes, money will always go there.
you wanna catch
but we
it
need,
early
we need
too.
step
Earlier.
one first. So
Yeah.
the majority of the funding is going to finding that test right
That's
now
great.
because that's key one.
Yeah.
We can work on the cure once we have women alive and long.
Long enough.
enough.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that. That sounds
No,
awful,
no,
but
but
that's
it's
No,
true,
but,
but
you,
it's
want, you want
reality.
somebody who's alive 20,
Yeah.
30
breast
years.
cancer
Yeah.
has the survivors that they can do all that. We don't have that yet, so we
Yeah.
need that test to get to that,
Yeah.
that step of it.
No, and early detection in any cancer
Anything
critical.
is critical.
is critical.
It's critical.
Is there an age range? Because it's interesting, like with breast cancer, when you have younger women, because you are seeing cancers
They're
kind of
dropping
in
in
general
age.
dropping in age.
Yes,
like,
they are dropping in age. I
You
would
know,
agree.
there's just like with breast cancer. Oh, well, you're too young. You're in your 20s, and then you find out somebody has it, and it may be too late. Is there any age range, or is this sort of across the spectrum for
It's become across the
diagnosis?
spectrum. We've
Yeah.
had the stigma of being an older woman's disease
Yeah.
for years, and majority, we still are. I would say 70%. However, we have girls that are 15, girls that are in their 20s. We have young moms coming in that are being diagnosed, and it's not an older woman's disease
Yeah.
anymore.
Now, when you say girls of 15, is it fair to say that post-pubescent is where, like, would you have an issue, or could a girl have an issue pre-pubescent?
It could. I mean, she's a woman now. She's 32. But at 15, she was very athletic. She was in sports, and she had this large lump here. Couldn't figure out what it was. No idea. But because she was so fit, she noticed it. And that's when they went to the doctors, and that's when they realized, it was literally a 10-pound ovarian cyst.
Oh my
Oh my
goodness.
God.
And it was cancerous.
It was cancerous. They got it out. They got her, had taken over out, but she's still around. She's doing great.
That's great.
You said she's in her 30s now.
Yeah, she's in her 30s.
That's
so
amazing.
that's an over 15-year survivor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they are out there.
But she was fortunate because like you
Because
said, she
she
was fit.
saw
and
it. She
this
literally
was something
saw
that
it.
couldn't be ignored.
Right, right. And that,
Where for other women,
We'd ignore
the
it.
symptoms may, like menopause, it could
yeah,
be
it
something
can be ignored.
else.
It could be,
So
it
there's
can
no
mimic
like
something
like with breast cancer, they say this is a self-exam. There's
Right, you
no
can find
There's
the
no
lump.
self-exam.
Yeah.
If you feel bloated, you're having trouble eating, painful sex. I mean, it's just frequent urination. I mean, come on.
And that could be a number
That
of
could be
I know.
That could be
So
menopause.
It's like, here's your symptoms, folks. So it's like
Yeah.
everywhere we go, we try to talk about the symptoms.
Right.
And we always say, if this happens for more than 3 months,
get it checked
go
out.
go to the next step. It's not nothing. Please follow up on it. And it could be nothing, but there's a chance it's not.
But it's
So
better to go to the doctor and have them say,
yes.
it's nothing,
I would love that.
But
drink more water.
piggybacking on that though, because, and especially when you're seeing it in younger people, where you have doctors dismissing you
Yes.
sometimes, because let's face facts that this does happen to women particularly.
Yes.
And then also women of color, which
Yes.
actually makes me think of another question.
Yes.
Like, how do you support women around that kind of advocacy to stand up for themselves? And also, I mean, there's definitely more of a for lack of a better word, maybe disconnect when you're dealing also with women of color who are more disproportionately affected negatively by the healthcare system. What does that look like in your organization as far as providing
Frustrating.
support? Yeah.
Frustrating.
Yeah.
We work with all the major hospitals in Boston to get the information. We work with the social workers, which I found is the best route for
That's
us.
great.
The doctors are busy, the nurses are busy.
Yeah.
The social workers see everybody.
Yep.
So the social workers at every Boston hospital have our information. They attend our symposium to learn what we're doing so that they
great.
are able to talk about it better. So no matter who, what, where, or when comes in, they can do that. We help with advocacy. We have patient helpers that will go with you and help you. We do whatever we
I
can
like
to help.
that. I like that.
Yeah, it's former
That's
survivors.
really,
They're
yeah.
right there. They're
You
right
need to
there.
have somebody there to help you.
And we have this program
Yeah.
called Bag It, which is a bag, and it's a notebook in a bag, and it's here's what you're going through. And they keep notes of everything. So if someday your husband usually goes with you or your partner, and they can't go that day, this notebook goes with you. So whoever's with you has all your information, has everything, every
love
single
that.
time you go. So that information is there. The doctors are aware. In case a different doctor comes in, you have everything. So we help to get that book going. and keep everything in that book.
What sort of advocacy, if any, have you gotten to be able to do at a legislative level, whether it be on the state or the federal?
We have worked on the state a little bit, but we're not big enough for that. We partner with NOCC, who does a lot of that.
What's NOCC?
National Ovarian Cancer Coalition.
Just for, because
Yeah, oh, sorry,
I know
yes,
we live in a
thank
world
you.
of acronyms.
I
but
know,
just for
sorry,
our
I
audience.
appreciate
No,
that.
that's okay.
No, we do the same thing.
Yeah.
But NOCC and OCRA, Ovarian Cancer Research Association, are focused highly on the legislative. So we partner with them because we are basically a 3-person organization.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's very
So we're very focused on, so our focus has to be on the patients. We can't
Yeah.
do it all
You
and do
don't,
it well.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing. We could try, but we will
But you
we will
can't,
miss
yeah.
something and we will not do it well. So our focus is on the patient, getting them in a good place, helping them with their programs, raising money for research, and educating the general public. As far as legislation, we'll partner with those organizations, and we help,
makes
and we learn, and we go with them.
No, that's fantastic. The whole organization is 3 people?
4 if I count the whole board. Yeah.
And then
We're-
volunteers?
Volunteers
Wow.
are my
Yeah.
lifeblood. I have 10 to 15 volunteers that are there whenever I need them.
Which just goes to show what a volunteer is
Yeah.
capable of.
A volunteer saves our organization.
Yeah.
I mean, I have 2 volunteer managers, one out in Western Mass, one here in New England and Boston area, and they keep everything going in those areas for me. So volunteers are my lifeblood, and I could not do what we do without them.
So is it fair to say if you want to volunteer,
Please reach out. Please reach out.
And obviously, the information will be available
Oh,
at the
yes.
end of
Yeah,
the
we always
show.
have things. You know, we always are looking for help. We have our big gala coming up. That's our major fundraiser in May. Anybody wants to attend, please reach out. Anybody wants to help, please reach out. We make our gala a little different, as in that it's a dinner theater show.
Oh.
So this year, we're
That's fun.
highlighting the music of Burt Bacharach and Hal David.
oh wow.
And we have from Berkeley a pianist and a singer coming in, and the dinner show will take place. And that will be followed by a dance party where a DJ will come in and do a fun evening.
I thought you said this wasn't an old woman's disease.
It's not.
Oh, with the Burt Bacharach.
I like that.
I like Burt Bacharach.
but it's but you know, but
But I think it's appealing. I think
It
younger
is.
people
Yeah.
do, you know.
my mother, I grew up on Burt Bacharach. My mother
So
listened to
did-
it. I love, my kids know who it is. So
Yeah.
it's
I'm
like to me-
joking.
Oh, no, I know, because I was trying, I'm looking at all these different things. But it's just, we try to do something that covers all ages. So we have the group that comes in and does the dinner theater. We have this amazing
And
DJ,
then you have
Cliff
the
West, who
DJ,
does the
so-
dancing party.
So it appeals to
So it
multiple
appeals to
types of
everybody.
everyone.
Yeah, and we
That's
have
great.
auctions and raffles, and it's just, and we have patients that come, which
Yeah.
we always have a patient table.
So
and
then
we
they can
them
have
come.
fun.
Yeah. So that's our big night. That's where we get the majority of the money to do our events. That funded this big symposium we just did.
I still am having a hard time wrapping my head around the number of people
Yeah.
Yeah.
and the amount
You've
of
done
work you do.
incredible work with a
Thank
very
you.
small group.
Thank you.
That's
My
to be
heart's in
applauded.
it, having been at the beginning with
Yeah.
Patty, and a decision was made 3 years ago when her husband and the board, when Patty passed, they
Yeah.
kept on, they kept it going. They reached they were done.
Yeah,
3
they
years
reached their
ago, they're
limit.
like, you know what, we need to move on.
Yeah.
And
Understandable.
I totally
Yeah.
understood it. I totally did. And I had the option of moving on myself or taking it over.
And
You know, I couldn't even, I couldn't say I thought about it for a week. I didn't.
Yeah,
It was
you just knew it was in your heart.
You blinked
this is
and it
my
was
passion.
done.
So it was like, you know, I took this, I'm like, I know I can do this. I know I can run with it. I talked to women and friends that I know that have always been involved and had the skills I needed and put them on my board.
Yep.
So we have a women's disease with a female-focused board now, which I hadn't had in the past. So that has helped us a lot.
That's huge.
Yes.
Is that
That's
it's,
huge.
it's a woman-owned company with a female-focused board, and that has made a big difference in the community.
Now, with you being such a small organization, how have you been able to get out there to, you know, I mean, there are 5 billion OBGYNs in Massachusetts alone, so that they know you're there?
We have brochures, awareness brochures, and we mail them. To the OBGYNs, we mail them to. To the hospitals, we bring them to. But we'll call every OBGYN, I volunteers that do this, we'll call every OBGYN office around and ask if we could send them some of our brochures about the signs and symptoms.
That's fantastic.
It's
great
not,
outreach.
it's not asking for money, it's not a profit-making thing.
It's more
just
a matter of-
It's awareness.
It's
Can you just
it's
put this out? It
awareness,
has our
yeah.
website and that if the case they would need to reach out, but we're not asking for anything.
Yeah.
Can you just hand this out? So we call them and we send them.
Well, they do something similar with breast cancer.
Yeah.
Where, okay, you've been diagnosed, and as you're trying to process that,
Yes.
Yep.
somebody hands you something that
Yes.
says, here's support area,
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll support you medically, but here are those
Right.
areas that I
Yeah.
can't help you with.
Right. And that's
And
important.
that's an
That's
important
vital.
option to have.
And that's why on our website, one of the tabs is resources and support, that we have a group that have searched all across the country for different organizations that can help.
And for people who are older and maybe aren't as computer savvy,
They call me.
okay,
They call me, and I'll help them with that. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. Those are the phone
In
calls I
any
love.
way possible,
Yeah.
that's, the communication is there,
There-
which
The
is.
communication is always there.
Yeah.
The phone is always on.
Your volunteers, what is the majority that are survivors? So
70%,
That's
75% even, I could
Yeah.
comfortably say.
would the other 25 maybe be
like family
Caregivers
members,
of-
yeah.
People that have been impacted
Yeah.
by the world of ovarian
Yeah.
cancer. It has impacted their life. And
Yeah.
they want to continue to give back. And a lot of our community-based events, which are smaller events that we call them community-based,
Yep.
because they're done in memory or in honor of someone.
Yeah.
And a lot of these have been going on for 10, 15 years. And I am forever grateful to those people for continuing that. We have a golf tournament that's been 18 years, and we have a walk we've been doing for 18 years.
a walk? I love walks.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we do one up in Newburyport as well.
Really?
When's
Yeah.
the next one?
September. Keep your eyes open for
Okay,
September.
that's a nice
our
time of
month.
year for that.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Little
But-
walk, a little shopping.
Is,
I
there,
love
is there
that.
an ovarian cancer awareness month?
Oh, September.
September.
yeah.
That's why-
September. So you'll
So
see
that
the
makes sense.
majority of our events in September, but we do try to spread it out because we don't want people to forget about us.
Yeah.
So we'll do a walk in June, we'll do the gala in May, we'll
Yep.
do other smaller events just so people realize we're still out here. We're
Yep.
not just a September focus group.
Yep.
We're here all year, we're here when you need us.
Well, it's like Breast Cancer Awareness Month, too. It's
Right, it's
and you're right
October.
next to that. Which,
Oh, yeah.
So, which is fine. I mean, that's actually not a bad thing, but it's the same idea that, yes, here we're bringing more awareness, but you do want it to continue
We
throughout
do,
the year.
we do. And we learned that in order, we can't just talk, we have to do things.
Right.
Yes.
So we continue to try to do things. We take the winter off because nobody in this area wants to do anything in the winter.
Understandable.
And I don't, so that's fine. But come March, we're starting to get out there again.
Yeah.
And I do email blasts like, oh, in the news, and keep everyone updated to what's going on so that we're never going to not be a presence in your life.
Yeah.
That's a good thing
Okay, thank you,
because
because that's how I feel. I'm like, I'm never going to disappear from your life. You're going to get something from me every month, no matter
That's
what.
great.
no,
That's great.
that's fantastic because if it's even more silent than breast cancer is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
then and a lot of people don't realize also this only affects genetic born women,
No, not always.
No.
even
Yeah,
men.
men can carry it.
Okay, they could be carriers.
So they can be a
carriers. They can be a
carrier when they
carrier.
have
So-
children.
Yeah, so if they have a
Yeah.
daughter, they could
It could
pass
happen.
it. So
Okay.
you're going to be, I kind of be like to
see,
put that
that's
out there. It's
interesting.
like one of those
Yeah.
That's
little.
good to know.
That they can carry it and share it.
I was not aware of that.
Yeah.
That's something I learned recently also.
Now, is it a recessive or like do both the mother and the father have to have
No.
the gene?
No.
So only one parent has to
Yeah.
have it to pass it along.
Yeah, and especially with the BRCA gene, that's a whole different game, and that's,
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
so that's a whole different thing. But yeah, it does
Is
hit
there-
everybody.
So I'm assuming there's a test for
BRCA,
men?
that's
for
the
men.
genetic
Okay,
That's
test.
breast
okay.
cancer.
For
yeah.
breast
Yeah.
cancer only, but.
Oh,
so
no, the
there's-
BRCA will work on ovarian as
On
well. now.
ovarian,
Yes.
too.
Okay.
If you're BRCA, it'll show up.
Interesting.
Yes.
See, this is really important information
Yes.
for everybody. I
Yes.
mean, 'cause
That's
we
why we
didn't
tell
know, and we-
everyone to get
yeah.
the genetic testing if you
Yeah.
think there's a
If there's
BRCA
a
gene in
concern.
your family,
Yeah.
because it can show for both ends.
Years ago, I got tested breast cancer issues.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yep,
And hopefully it stays that way.
yep.
but I got tested. And
Yep, same here,
And it's
it
not
was
a difficult
negative.
test. I've
No,
done
it's
the
not.
same test.
it's a blood test.
It's very simple.
it's very simple.
and it takes no amount of time, and
And it can
it's
save your
worth
life.
doing. And I did it mostly for my children.
Yes.
Because I'd already had the hysterectomy and everything, but I
Yeah.
wanted my children to know
Yep.
for their children.
For their-
I think the biggest thing though with that is, for me personally, I would have rather gone through 5 years of MRIs, which are painful, to keep on track of it, than get the blood test done because I
needles.
didn't want to know.
you didn't wanna know.
That's the biggest obstacle. And
yeah.
that's valid. It took me a few years after my mom passed to get the nerve up to do it. I didn't do it right away, even though everyone tells you should. Yeah, and I tell people you should. But when it came
But
to
the
me,
psychology around
it took
that,
me about 3
yeah,
years
yeah.
to get to the point where I could go do that.
Now, for people who just are afraid to get tested, they don't have to know or not know at the beginning of the, whether or not. They just want to get the blood test. Okay, but I'm afraid to get tested.
We have a link on our website where to go, and they will walk you through the whole thing. At Dana-Farber is a great program, and
So you have
that's who I
support.
used. And to explore them, and they will help you.
Yeah.
And they will help you even decide if you really need to. You're
Yeah.
thinking maybe, I don't know. They'll go through your family history with you and decide if it's something you should do. So you
and
have
if
someone
there's that
helping
link
you with
between
that.
breast and ovarian,
Yeah,
Yeah,
then you probably have a higher likelihood
yeah,
yeah.
if you have a
sounds
family
like it.
history.
yeah. But it's how much family, it's what side of the family. There's a whole bunch of things the
Yeah.
geneticist will take into account with you.
Have they determined anything like with certain BRCA genes, Ashkenazi Jews have a higher risk of
Yes.
that particular
Yeah.
one?
Yeah.
That's the only
Or-
one we have so far.
That's the only one you
Yeah.
have so
Yeah.
far?
To my knowledge, I
Yeah.
haven't read anything that's definite on anything else.
Yeah.
There's a
Okay.
lot happening, but nothing that is
Yeah, no, because
definite
I know
out
with
there.
breast cancer,
Yeah,
they're like,
that was,
certain type of BRCA
Yeah.
genes are higher level in African American
Yeah.
women or
Yeah.
Native
Yeah,
American.
yeah.
But the only one you know for certain now
Is
is
the Ashkenazi.
Ashkenazi.
Yeah.
interesting.
Aren't we lucky?
Well, but we are able to be tested, which that's
That's
why I
true.
ended up. I was outreached for a study,
Okay.
and I decided to do it because I felt like I need to know,
Right.
then I can take action. Luckily, I was negative, but it's the same.
It's the same
idea.
thing, but then
Yeah.
it's information for your
it's
family to
information,
have.
and then you can make a decision.
Yeah,
So I get tested for breast cancer for that blood work for the BRCA. I come find out I don't have at least the Ashkenazi genetic one. So that's not going to affect me for ovarian cancer. Other things could, but the same test will, if it's negative for breast cancer, it's going to be negative for ovarian as well.
Not necessarily.
No.
necessarily.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But that's
But this
important
is-
to
But
know.
that's important to know. Yeah, that's why I recommend everyone talk to a geneticist, and they
Yeah.
will help you. Because if it's negative to a certain degree, or there's degrees and everything, then okay, you're going to be fine. But if it's on a borderline, let's do another test.
Yeah.
So always talk to a geneticist and your doctor, and help guide you through that decision, because that is a big decision.
Yep.
It's a personal decision.
Yep.
It's a tough decision,
Yeah.
and it's an emotional decision.
Yeah.
So get all the support you can with that. But it's something I do recommend women at least look into and consider as a possibility.
Well, thank you so much.
Yes.
This is where I've gotten the countdown here that we have to wrap
She
up.
pays attention, I
I
don't.
have the roving eyeball
One
that
friendship
moves.
has to always have that
But
one person.
Exactly.
It's been such a wealth of
Oh, thank you.
information.
I so
for the
appreciate
two
it.
of us, there were
Yeah,
things we
we
didn't
learned-
know. So our audience, I think, will benefit greatly from this.
Thank
so
you.
again, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thank you for finding me, for meeting me at the
Yeah.
event, following up, and thank you for inviting me here. It was an honor.
Absolutely.
It was a real honor.
As things change, please let us
We'd love
know.
to have you back.
Oh, I would love to share new info.
Let us know. We have a Facebook page.
Okay.
We can always put out their
Okay.
information.
Oh, I would love that.
So
That would be fantastic. And next year when we do our medical symposium, let's keep in
Let's
touch. And
connect.
maybe that's something you guys should check out. Just putting it out
absolutely,
there.
Never say
absolutely.
never.
Yep. Makes sense to me.
Okay, that would be great. Thank you again so very much. I really appreciate this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You can reach Susan at 617-237-0129 or via email at Susan, that's SUSAN, at ovationsforthecure.org. That's one big word.
And thank you to our crew this month. GLTS alum John Kafori, North Shore Academy's Zachary Jones.
Next month, we will be joined by State Senator Barry Feingold, and hopefully I sound normal then. Our guest in January is PPAL, Parent Professional Advocacy League. And February brings our annual update from Beacon Hill with State Senate Minority Leader, Senator Bruce Tarr. We are consistently looking for new topics to explore here at Ability Assistance. We would truly love to know what topics you want more information about. If there are any specific topics you would like to learn more about, please email me directly at pjones, that's PJONES, at northandoverma.gov, or call me directly. It goes to my personal cell phone, 978-494-0136. In addition to watching through your cable station, you can catch all of our programs on demand via YouTube, the Cablecast app through Roku and Apple TV, the Cablecast app through your phone or tablet app stores, the Town of North Andover's website, the Commission's Facebook page, and North Andover CAM's website, and we always roll out the audio as a podcast on Podbean. See you next month. Bye-bye.